Hey guys, today we're working on a 2007 Dodge Ram 1500 with the 4.7. I'll go over it briefly in detail. It's 15 degrees out here for some reason. But first thing you do is just disconnect the negative terminal off your battery. That's a 10 millimeter. And next we'll take a look at, see if anything's in the way to get the serpentine belt off. And then it's a pretty easy removal to get to the alternator. So once I do some of the work, I'll make sure everything is as it is in the book, and then I'll let you know exactly what tools and procedure you need to do. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so I'll explain to you what I've done so far. On the alternator itself, you see the pulley, you have to take the belt off, and I got the belt tensioned with a bungee cord. And if your hood doesn't stay open, don't forget your baseball bat. I got that leaning against there up to there. Right down here, you can see that pulley in the center of the video. That should be a 14 millimeter. Some of them are 5/8. You know, just find the right size and turn it clockwise. So you can see how the belt is on the left-hand side tension. Just pretend like you're tightening the whole pulley. So put it down in there, hook it, and turn it this way until the belt's loosened. Take it off of that alternator pulley. Also, I took this the intake box off. There's two 10 millimeter bolts. I did that mainly just so you guys could see it better. Also helps with taking off your positive cable nut, which is a 13, and then you have a connector piece right here. And you can see someone already kind of broke it, but you pull that red tab out and then stick a little screwdriver on that black piece right in there, right there. Hard to see with my fat gloves on. You just gently pull it off, get that out of the way, and then there's a little bracket piece that connects onto the bolt right here. This bolt right here is a 13 millimeter, 15 millimeter right there. And this bracket has a 15 on it. I'm going to see if I can just wiggle the alternator out without taking this completely off. So, and also if you work on cars, get yourself a battery powered impact. Doesn't matter what it is. Just get yourself something. Treat yourself. Don't let the wife talk you out of it. It is good for you, and in the future, you know, save you more time. Or if you are a wife, don't let the husband talk you out of it. Or if you're not married, don't let anyone talk you out of it. So then we'll probably just use a crowbar, something like this. I haven't really looked at it up close. I just took those bolts out. Let's see if that's all it needs. Yep, comes right out. Just kind of pry on this side. See how it's bowing up. Let's see if we can pry it out on this side too. Sometimes this big bolt right here kind of gets stuck in between. So you really got to pry it back and forth. You can see how it's almost out. I'll probably have to do that off video, but see that washer down in there? These things, especially in the cold with it being aluminum, I mean, this aluminum right here is more brittle than this aluminum, and the more brittle the metal is, typically it gets smaller in colder weather, if that makes sense. It kind of shrinks, so it's kind of shrunk on this. If yours is completely just frozen on here, be very careful, and I mean absolutely careful. Dump water everywhere on this area. Put a little heat on that arm, on this arm. Throw some, you know, PB Blast or WD-40 in between and just start wedging. Do not break this. And then, you know, just, this is the same on your any 4.7 and the larger engines too, on these trucks and SUVs, even on the cars too. It's all very similar. So just be careful with that. Once we get this off, I'm going to clean the connector right here, and we'll put on the new alternator, and we'll get back to it. Okay guys, so this job is very simple. I got the part back on. Took me about 2 minutes. Just, you know, put this bolt back through it. Don't tighten it all the way, then slide that bolt in, put that bolt in, then tighten them all down. Put this back on. Make sure this, when you're installing the new alternator, make sure this connection doesn't get stuck underneath, because once you tighten those bolts it could break it. So make sure it's pulled out of the way. Once you install your new belt, you know, it was on the bungee cord how I had it. Just use your it's actually a 15 millimeter, mine is. So 15 millimeter, and then turn it this way to loosen it. Get it around every pulley while simultaneously holding it. And if there is a lot of weird slack in it where it's way too easy to put on, like you only need 5 pounds to turn it, that means you need to replace your belt tensioner and also your belt as well, most likely. This one's in decent shape, but you know, if it doesn't have a good tight belt on there, this one's almost wore out, but we'll leave it as it is for now. But you know, that could be what causes alternator to heat up and wear out, is a loose belt, because it doesn't let it work as it should. So anyways, make sure everything's snug. I'll go ahead and show you guys how this is put back on. Make sure you disconnect that when you take this off, otherwise it'll be screwed up. Just kind of want it. Anyways, I'll do that off camera. That's not the thing you want to do with one hand. Anyways, 10 millimeters here, right there, and then 10 millimeter on the other side. Just, you know, don't put it down too much, and then it fits right in that arm right here too. And just put your tube back on. Make sure, check all the connections, double, triple check them, and then clean off your connection if it's dirty. I cleaned this off, it was pretty dirty. And you know, test it, use a voltmeter or check your gauge in there, make sure the voltage is 12, you know, 13 or more minimum. Probably around 13.6 is what you want. And you know, you'll probably have to jump it, use a jumper box, or if you're jumping from another car, make sure you put the positive here and the negative somewhere on the body. So you could even put the negative right on the alternator right here. Just make sure, you know, it doesn't hit anything. Do not put the negative on here when this is getting the power, because you can damage your ECM, PCM, any computer can be damaged. You know, you could blow a fuse, so it's just not worth it. Just take your time, connect it to a grounding somewhere on the body, like even right here. So anyways guys, hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't, I'll try to get over it. Have a good day guys. Happy New Year.